This is the weekly weather briefing for Monday, January 13th, 2014. My name is Ryan Fleeman with the National Weather Service in Spokane, Washington. As always, forecasts are subject to change, so please check our website for the most updated forecasts. Following the gusty winds and wet conditions that were present for much of the weekend, we will return to a more stable and calm pattern this week. Today we will continue to see the gusty winds around the region and also some lingering snow showers in the Cascades and Idaho Panhandle Mountains into tonight. Snow accumulations are expected to remain light. For the remainder of the week, the ridge pattern we saw a couple weeks ago will return, bringing an increased chance for fog and potentially air stagnation concerns towards the end of the week. The gusty winds will continue today, which is the reasoning for the wind advisory that is still in place for the Palouse and parts of Asotin and Garfield counties through 3 p.m. Winds will start to decrease in intensity as we progress into the overnight hours, as the ridge becomes more influential on our weather pattern. Strong winds were present around the region over the weekend, and we are still collecting reports of damage and high winds. If you have any reports, please email them to us at w-otx.webmaster@noaa.gov. Snow showers will continue tonight for the mountainous regions of the Idaho Panhandle and the Cascades. Additional accumulations are expected to remain light and confined strictly to the mountains. Minor travel hazards may be noted in the higher elevation roadways from the light snow. Conditions are expected to dry out as we move further into the week with very limited precipitation chances. Moving into Tuesday and the remainder of the week, we will have a building ridge of high pressure influencing our region, which will help to push the storm track further north. This in turn will lead to much calmer conditions and dramatically lower our chances for any measurable precipitation. With the decreased winds and much more stable conditions, we will once again see an increased chance of fog formation in the overnight and morning hours. With the building ridge will come the overnight temperature inversions that will be able to trap cooler air at the surface and warmer air in the higher elevations. This will lead to a decrease in our overall air quality and may prompt the issuance of air stagnation advisories. The main time of concern would be towards the end of the week in the Thursday to Saturday time frame. Further details will come in the next couple of days, and you can get the latest information at weather.gov/Spokane. Here's the 8 to 14 day outlook. Starting with the temperatures, we can see that the region stands a rather high chance of seeing above normal temperatures. This outlook is valid from January 21st to the 27th, 2014, so it looks like we need to get ready for what looks to be above normal temperatures. The one caveat with this temperature outlook would be if thick fog was able to form, limiting the amount of sunlight we are able to get during the day. The fog would keep the cold air at the surface throughout the day, limiting the diurnal swings in temperatures. This is a forecast that will have to continually be refined as we see the coverage of the fog. Now here's the 8 to 14 day outlook for precipitation. We can see that the region will stand a decent chance of receiving below normal temperatures. This is valid from the 21st through the 27th of January, and it looks like we're basically going to see another week of drier conditions. So in summary, we're going to see the continued breezy conditions through today. The wind advisory remains in effect until 3 p.m. for the Palouse, Garfield, and Asotin counties. Lingering snow showers for the Cascades and Panhandle Mountains will continue tonight. Potential minor travel impacts for roadways in these locations, while accumulations will remain light. The ridge builds in Tuesday, bringing higher chances for fog and air stagnation concerns, as well as limiting our precipitation chances. Now stay posted for the potential of air stagnation highlights and burning restrictions as we move more into the week. Good ways to stay informed with your National Weather Service is at our website, weather.gov/Spokane. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in to this weekly weather briefing.